Picture this. It's 2 a.m. You're finally in that good deep sleep, and then, poof, out of nowhere, your calf muscle just completely loses its mind, seizes up like a fist, won't let go. You're awake, you're panicking, you're hopping around the bedroom and saying things you'd rather not repeat in polite company. Sound familiar? That's a leg cramp. And if you've ever had one, you know it's one of the most disproportionately awful things that can happen to your body in the middle of the night. And here's what most people don't know. Those cramps, they're not random. They're not just a thing that happens. They are your body sending you a very specific message. And once you know what that message is, you can actually do something about it. Let's get into it. I'm Debbie, a holistic nutritionist with 15 years experience, which means I look at the whole person, body, mind, and spirit, not just one piece in isolation. Leg cramps come up constantly with clients who are doing everything they think they're supposed to be doing and still waking up at 2 a.m. wanting to die. Today, we're covering what's actually causing them, what to eat, what to avoid, how to supplement smart, why stretching needs to become a daily habit, and what to do when a cramp hits, because wait it out while crying isn't a strategy. A leg cramp, also called a Charlie horse, which is one of the silliest names in medicine, is an involuntary muscle contraction that won't let go. In a normal functioning muscle, the contract and release cycle is controlled by 4 key minerals: sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. They move in and out of your muscle cells like tiny little electrical system, telling your muscles when to squeeze and when to let go. When one of these minerals is out of balance, when you're low on one or more of them, or dehydrated, or both, the muscle misfires. It contracts and it doesn't get the signal to stop. That's the whole mechanism. The cramp is your body's alarm bell saying, "Help, I'm really fucking missing something. I need." So some common triggers of leg cramps or Charlie horses are dehydration, low magnesium, potassium, or calcium, staying in the same position for too long. So if you work at a desk as an example, overdoing exercise without proper recovery. You know, we're now in our 40s and beyond and we're trying to keep up with the 20-year-olds. And fun bonus, certain medications, particularly diuretics and statins. They deplete these exact minerals as a side effect. It's worth bringing up with your doctor if that's you. So what to eat? There are 4 major players here. Magnesium, this is the big one. It's directly involved in muscle relaxation, not contraction. And when it's low, your muscles struggle to let go. Stress depletes it, exercising depletes it, and processed food has almost none. And here's the thing specific to Canada or North America. Our soil is so depleted now. Decades of industrial farming have stripped magnesium from the soil, which means even magnesium-rich foods have less magnesium in it than they used to. So you can be eating well and still running low. And most people are. The best food sources are pumpkin seeds, spinach, Swiss chard, black beans, almonds, avocado, dark chocolate, brown rice, and sardines. Cheap, clean, sustainable, and hitting magnesium, omega-3s, and calcium all at once. Get past the idea of sardines, they are worth it. Also, eggs are an excellent, affordable option for magnesium and protein, and wild-caught salmon is another clean, budget-friendly choice if you buy it canned. Also, with your eggs, make sure that they are clean, farmed eggs, not eggs from the grocery store. So potassium, it works with sodium to regulate fluid balance and muscle function. Most people associate it with bananas. There are far better sources. So let's talk real food on how much actually gets you there. So 1 medium sweet potato is 90%, so it's about 900 milligrams. 1 cup lentils is about 730 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked spinach is about 540 milligrams. 1 medium banana has about 420 milligrams. and a half a cup of white beans is about 375 milligrams. So if you combine those, you have a sweet potato at dinner, lentils in a soup, bananas as a snack, you've got over 2,000 milligrams before you've even tried. Add in some spinach and you're basically there. Most people are getting about half of their daily potassium, so you need to eat more whole foods and close that gap. Calcium. This one's essential for the electrical signals that trigger muscle contraction, and it has to stay balanced with magnesium or things get stuck in the on position. Best sources for calcium are fortified plant milks, calcium set tofu, tahini, kale, bok choy, broccoli, white beans, almonds, and sardines with the bones in. The bones are soft, edible, and that's exactly where the calcium lives. Also, that's where it lives in you too, in your bones. So hydration, and not just water. Plain water doesn't have any electrolytes. When you're sweating, you're losing sodium, potassium, and magnesium with the fluid. Replacing the fluid without replacing the minerals doesn't fix the problem. And let's talk about those fancy flavored sports drinks here. You know, they're basically called electrolyte drinks. Popular brand names are Gatorade, Powerade. They're essentially colored, sugared water. They have a tiny bit of sodium. They're full of artificial dye, high fructose corn syrup, and a huge marketing budget. They're not a health product, so stop reaching for those. What actually works is coconut water, electrolyte drops from a health food store or pharmacy, or you can make your own. I will drop this recipe, but a homemade electrolyte drink uses water or coconut water, the juice of a fresh lemon or lime, a little bit of sea salt, and a little bit of raw honey or maple syrup. So some foods to avoid, because this is just as important as what you're eating and what is actively working against you. Alcohol. It acts as a diuretic. It flushes out the magnesium and potassium through your urine while dehydrating you at the same time. Nighttime cramps after a few drinks are very common and not a coincidence. If you're drinking regularly and getting cramps, that connection, that's worth paying attention to. Ultra-processed foods. Minerals are stripped, they're high in refined sodium, and that throws off the electrolyte balance. They're loaded with seed oils and additives that drive inflammation up, and it makes your muscle recovery harder. The more processed food dominates your diet, the less raw materials your muscles have to work with. Full stop. Excess caffeine. Coffee is fine. For most people, 1 or 2 cups, but hammering 4 or 5 or more cups a day has a mild diuretic effect and can deplete magnesium over time. If you're a heavy coffee drinker and you're prone to cramps, that is also worth looking at. Excess sugar. Chronically high blood sugar spikes insulin, and elevated insulin causes your kidneys to flush out magnesium. It's a direct pipeline from sugar habit to magnesium deficiency, including the sugar in those sports drinks, by the way. None of this means you can't ever have a cup of coffee. It means if you're getting frequent cramps, these are things that are actively making it worse, and they're worth moderating. So let's talk a little bit about magnesium supplementation. I genuinely think that most people in North America should be supplementing magnesium, and most aren't. The recommended daily amount is 400 to 420 milligrams for adult men and about 300 to 320 milligrams for adult women. But here's what you need to understand about the RDAs, or recommended daily allowances in general. They are the bare minimum required to prevent deficiency of disease. They are not the amount for optimal sleep, muscle recovery, or optimal anything. They are the floor, not the ceiling. Factor in depleted soil, high stress, and a diet in heavy processed food. And a lot of people are running chronically low in magnesium without even knowing it. The form of your supplement matters. Magnesium glycinate is the one I recommend the most. It is most highly absorbable, easy on digestion, and it has a calming effect that makes it ideal taken before bed, and this is the one I recommend the most. My second choice is magnesium citrate. It is well absorbed, but it does have a little bit of a laxative effect. However, if maybe you need that laxative effect, I'd recommend that one for you. Magnesium oxide. Avoid this one. It's cheap, common in low quality supplements. It's not well absorbed and mostly just gives people an unhappy digestive system, which means you're going to the bathroom frequently. So take it in the evening, roughly 20-30 minutes before bed. Your muscles recover overnight, and that's exactly when they need it. And as always, check with your doctor or pharmacist first if you're on any medications and make sure that this product is right for you. Stretch every single day. 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Tight calves are one of the most consistent contributors to nighttime cramps. And most people who sit at a desk all day, wear heels, or just don't move enough have chronically tight calves without even realizing it. And also, anybody who's on their feet all day also have chronically tight calves. My retail and server staff, I feel you, right up there with you. Regular stretching keeps muscle tissue pliable. It improves circulation and helps minerals move through the muscle efficiently. You don't need to do a yoga practice. You don't need a gym. You just need 5 minutes before bed and a free YouTube video. Search leg cramp prevention stretches, bookmark one you like, and do it every night like you brush your teeth. Or do it in the morning, or do it twice a day if you're really feeling ambitious. The people most prone to nighttime cramps are almost always the people who aren't stretching. It's not a coincidence. So what to do when a cramp actually hits? Stretch immediately. For a calf cramp, flex your foot up towards your shin, pull your toes towards you. It forces the muscle to lengthen, hurts like hell, and counteracts the contraction. You can do this laying in bed, flex, hold, breathe. Also, you can stand up with your heel flat on the floor. Body weight can help push the muscle into a lengthened position. Most people find this works faster than stretching lying down. Get up, both feet flat, gently press forward. You can also put your toes against the sill on your wall. Use magnesium gel. I highly recommend keeping this in your nightstand if you're prone to cramps. Rub it directly onto the cramping muscle because it goes onto the skin. It's absorbed almost immediately and eases the cramp significantly faster than waiting for an oral supplement. Find it at a health food store and some pharmacies. I know if I have it on my nightstand, I am absolutely reaching for it at 3 a.m. Keep it there because you will use it. Massage the muscle. Once the worst passes, work along the length of the muscle firmly. Restores blood flow and helps things move along. Don't be gentle. Apply heat. A heating pad, warm towel, hot water bottle. Heat relaxes the muscle and is especially helpful for the soreness that can linger for a day or two after a bad cramp. Hydrate. A glass of water with a pinch of sea salt or some coconut water. Just get something in. And if you only have a glass of water beside your bed, just drink that. It's fine. Remineralize in the morning. So leg cramps are your body talking. And the message is almost always the same. You're missing something, whether it's magnesium, potassium, water, less alcohol, less sugar, or just 5 minutes of stretching before bed. The fix is available to you and it's not complicated. Eat more whole foods, pumpkin seeds, dark green leafy vegetables, legumes, sweet potatoes. Cut back on the stuff that depletes your minerals. Take a magnesium glycinate supplement before bed. Keep magnesium gel on your nightstand if you're prone to cramps. Stretch every day, 5 minutes. YouTube has tons of these kinds of videos. And the electrolyte drink recipe is in the comments. And if it's 2 a.m. and your calf is losing its mind, foot flexed, stand up, heel flat, magnesium gel on, massage it out, heat on, done. Subscribe for more no BS nutrition advice, and I will see you in the next one.